Welcome back to the Silver Lining, where it's no filler, no fluff. We just keep it a buck. And today, we're going to be reacting to SummerSlam Night 1. Everything went down last night. And just a disclaimer, I think that I'm more of the casual fan. I watch it every so often. I try to catch the big shows. I'm very familiar with it. I watched wrestling heavy back when I was younger. But now just kind of watch it here and there. But Stan and Kurt, they're more all the way in. So I'll lean on them a little bit more here. Yeah, SummerSlam went down last night, man. This is the first time we've done some wrestling content. I know we've been itching to do some, so this is the first one we've done. So it should be good. Should be good. So I got Kurt in the building. What's going on, brother?
Yo, I had to trade the hoodie for a suit jacket today, yo. You know what I'm saying, on the Lord's Day. But I'm still putting the hood on. Don't get it twisted. Always. That's right.
No doubt. And I got my brother Stan in the building. What's going on, man?
What's up, man? Happy Sunday.
Yes, sir.
I'm actually looking forward to talking about this because again, I know we've talked about doing wrestling content on here a
Mm-hmm.
little bit, and we did a little bit of it with the Hulk Hogan shit. So I'm
Yeah.
glad we're doing this. So let's get to it.
Okay, cool. So like I said, I'm gonna lean more on y'all on some of this stuff. But I'm familiar, so I know kind of what's going on. So let's start with the main event. Seth Rollins and Gunther, right? That's how it's pronounced. Gunther. I've heard it both
Gunther.
ways. It's Gunther.
Well, they say, it don't matter.
Yeah, I've heard it both ways.
Yeah.
But yeah, main event. Stan, what was your thoughts?
Oh, CM Punk and Gunther.
What did I say?
Seth Rollins.
Oh,
But
my
Seth
mind
Rollins
is
was
on. Yeah,
obviously
my mind is on.
he was obviously involved in it.
Yeah, my
The
bad.
main event was probably the best. The main event was the best match of the show. It was an excellent match. It was an excellent old school big man, little man match. And Punk knows how to work those because he's an old school guy.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to work matches like that. And the match was excellent. And Gunther beat the shit out of him. Punk took an ass kicking. Like it was a lot of stiff. Gunther's one of the best workers in the business, and he has been since I saw him years ago in Independent. He's the best. He was a great worker then, but he was not the guy he is now as far as how he looked. Back then, he was like a real big guy. He wasn't as muscular. He was not in a great shape, quite frankly. But he worked like a big guy, but he moved around. Now he's in great shape and he moves still the same. And he's very stiff and he's very deliberate with what he does. Like he don't change for what he does in the ring. This is what his style is. He's gonna beat the shit out you. He's gonna chop you. He's gonna put you in submissions. He's gonna do all that shit. He beat the shit out of Punk, and Punk took an ass kicking, and he did it very well. He sold well. The match was excellent. It was an excellent match. I hated the fucking finish, of course. I just fucking hate that Money in the Bank bullshit. I think it's a fucking stupid, cheap heat.
We're gonna get to that.
Yeah,
We're gonna
but
get to that. Stick to
I
the
just
match. We're gonna
hate
get to
that.
that. I want to have a real in-depth conversation about the Money in the Bank thing because I'm with you. But
Yeah,
yeah, we're gonna
but the
get to that.
match itself was excellent. And it was just Punk taking an ass kicking for about 20 minutes and making his comebacks and just taking it and coming back and taking it and coming back. And then the finishing sequence was excellent.
Yeah.
You know, Gunther gets color. I mean, he gets busted open because he's gloating because he's kicking Punk's ass and he feels like the match is in hand. He goes up to the announce table and gloats and raises his hand like I'm the world heavyweight champion. I'm the best in the world.
Yeah.
And it's great heel shit. And Punk trips him up. He falls on the announce table and gets color. A very unique way of doing that. It wasn't some goofy weapon shot that you used to see in the 90s where guys get hit with fucking chairs and all kinds of crap and get
Remember
busted
this?
open.
Remember this real quick?
Yeah.
You had a
I
raise
don't
in
know
their
how,
hand.
again, look, I don't know what he did, but he got color. He got blood. And again, as most people know, blood in WWE has been really, they don't use it very often. During the Vince McMahon era, they stopped using it altogether. Since Vince has been gone, thank God, Hunter's kind of said we can use it here and there, but not like every match, every
Yeah.
night. Use it for big matches.
Yeah. You
And
don't want
not
to turn
every
you don't want
fucking
to turn it
match.
into ECW. Just do it every so often.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so so Gunther gets color. Punk sees it, gets on him, attacks him. attacks him, hits him with the GTS. He sells it great, then hits him with another one and pins him. It's a great moment, and it was a good moment for Punk because, again, it's a guy. CM Punk's one of the biggest stars the WWE had that wasn't supposed to be a star. He was never supposed to be the guy, but the fans chose him because he's an amazing performer. He's a great performer. His promos leading up to this was great. Leading up, the promos on Raw leading up to the match was great. He's a great performer, and even at this stage of his career, he's still a great performer. And this match was awesome. It's one of the best main event matches the WWE's had this year. Mm-hmm. It's just a phenomenal match. I just again hated the finish and how that shit kind of just overcame the match. But the match was great.
Kurt, what do you think?
I gotta give a shout out to Gunther though, man, because like Stan said, bro, what y'all saying last night is what he's been since he came in. He was a little bit pudgy, you know what I'm saying? He is in better shape now. But I was kind of upset when they let him beat Jey Uso for the belt. I felt like Jey Uso should have had it for a little longer. But seeing Gunther and CM Punk like mix it up last night, it makes sense now. Because you're not going to get that match out of CM Punk and Jey Uso. You see what I'm saying? You needed a mauler out there, big physical guy that can toss you around, slam you around. Him celebrating, like when Stan brought up him celebrating, and that's the story. You know what I'm saying? That's the sell. You know what I'm saying? Because he dominated CM Punk the whole time. So it's like, how can CM Punk come back? CM Punk doing this little stuff to fight back, but Gunther is just dominating him, right? And that is the sell. That's the sell. You took your eyes off your opponent, and he made you pay. That's the sell. I liked it. Me personally though, I never really liked CM Punk. Like I think he's a good, you know how it is. You know a guy's a good wrestler, but you just don't like him. Like I've never liked him. I respected what he's done in the ring. I respected like the stand that he was taking towards, guys in the back, the less talented guys getting all the promotion because Vince like him. I like that stand. I like the fact that he made Vince sign the papers. Like I respect CM Punk's career. I just don't like his character, I should say. Like I've always rooted against CM Punk. Nothing against him though, but I just rooted against him. So when he won last night, I was like, dang, like it's sucker win again, bro. Dang, bro. And then I heard the Seth Rollins. Boy, I heard that Seth Rollins music, bro. He came down with that Money in the Bank briefcase. I was like, get that nigga Seth. Get him, Seth. When I seen Seth win, I was so happy that CM Punk wasn't champ. Like I said, I respect CM Punk. Amazing performer. One of the best on the mic. You know what I'm saying? But I just never liked him. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, it was just like, okay, CM Punk earned it. I don't like that he got it, but he earned it. Okay. And then I heard the Seth Rollins music hit. He came down there and he cashed in that Money in the Bank, bro. And he hit him with the curb stomp and he pinned them 1, 2, 3. Bro, I was so happy in my living room, bro. I was so happy in my living room, bro. I was so happy. And I know Seth Rollins is a bad guy, but that's my guy, bro. I don't care. So just how they led up to it is like the whole Gunther and CM Punk, they did an amazing job. Because Gunther looked him in his face and said, when SummerSlam come, you will find out that I'm the best in the world. Like, you know what I'm saying? Using his own shit against him. They did their thing. Triple H knows what he's doing at the top, bro. You know what I mean? So when I seen Seth come down and with the Money in the Bank briefcase and he won, it made me happy. It's another turn. So now we about to legitly get Punk and Rollins. You see what I'm saying? Like that's what it set it up for.
So hold on, I got a question on that though. So when the champion loses though, right? The champion gets an automatic rematch, right? So who
No,
gets the? They don't. I thought
No,
that's
not
how it was.
necessarily. Not
I thought that's how
necessarily.
it
no.
was.
They stopped doing that shit. They stopped doing that. They stopped doing the automatic rematches because that was an old Vince McMahon booking trend of they have a rematch, and they did too much of that rematch shit. So
Okay.
now that's not an automatic deal. My guess is that at the next show, which again they got another fucking show coming up next month, it'll probably be they'll probably do some sort of a rematch with Punk and Rollins or a three-way with Punk. They
Okay.
might do that, but
I'm
I
talking.
mean outside of that, they don't do automatic rematch matches because
I got you.
it's a booking trend, it's a booking tool. It's something they used to do back in the day, just as an easy. Well, we got this feud going on. We can do stretch out the three pay-per-views. By
Okay.
that point, you be like, I don't want to see these fuckers fighting anymore.
Okay.
Right.
So Punk and Rollins have been going back and forth since Punk came back. And again, that's a built-in story because again, if you understand the backstory of Punk and Rollins, then you know why the story is what it is. Going back to
Yep.
when Rollins came into WWE off the main roster as part of the Shield. The Shield was Punk's idea. It was Punk's deal. They were supposed to be there to protect him. So that's why that's the story goes back almost 10 years with those guys. So it's an easy thing to go back to.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Rollins,
I was asking about the rematch thing because I was gonna be like, well, who gets the rematch? Because like Gunther lost, but then he cashed in, so it's like, who gets the rematch? That's what I was wondering.
The
it
But
probably
rematches.
if
The
they don't do it,
rematches
then whatever.
normally they
Yeah.
normally depend on the rematches normally depend on the fans for real, right? Like like if all the fans come out today and say that they're mad that Gunther doesn't, not gonna get a rematch, you know, Triple H, especially H gives us what we want, bro. He tries to. He tries to within reason, okay? But when it's a money match, it's a money match. I don't know how many times Rollins and Roman have fought over the last 5 or 6 years. You know, Cena and Randy Orton is always something you can run.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
certain matchups that, yes, but Gunther and CM Punk is not one of those matchups. You see what I'm saying? If it's
Yeah.
Stone Cold and The Rock, and The Rock just got his money in the bank taken from him, like Stone Cold just used the money in the bank, it's automatic that The Rock is going to fight him, bro, because of the matchup. You understand? So that's kind of how the business works. The names plus the game.
Yeah.
But I
Makes
think
sense.
Gunther does deserve. Look, we might get a triple threat.
That's what I was thinking. But
We might.
more than likely that's where it's gonna probably go. Unless they do one of those number one contender matches on Raw or whatever. But
yeah.
that's probably where it's gonna go. Is a three-way in the next show, or the next big show they
Yeah.
have, which is fine. But the thing with Rollins that pissed me again, it didn't piss me off that they worked everybody with the injury angle. I mean, that's again, people get so mad about this stuff because they think they're so smart and they know everything. And Seth Rollins definitely got legitimately hurt at the main event. Seth Rollins didn't get legitimately hurt. He worked everybody. I
Mhm.
saw a video of this motherfucker walking around with his daughter on crutches. He worked the whole thing.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yep.
That part of
Love
it
to
I
see it.
enjoyed. I did
Love to
like
see it.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he worked the fans. He worked everybody. He worked. They. I think what happened is he did have a legitimate knee injury, but it wasn't then. I think what happened is he got a legitimate knee injury before that show, and they used it as a
Hmm.
storyline.
Yep.
And
Yep.
everybody thought he was legit hurt because of the way he landed. He did look legit hurt, but I think he was legitimately hurt, but it was not a blown
He
out
wasn't
knee
injured.
or no. He
Right.
didn't blow his knee out. He tweaked something. He took some time off, but they used it as like we're going to work this because you got the briefcase. You're the architect and all that other. You're the visionary and all that shit, and we're going to use it.
Yep.
So I
So
honestly had a feeling that was what they were going to do,
And plus, he
well,
got
but
the
I
he got
still
the
didn't know.
wise man with him. It works out because the wise man with him, right? You see
Yeah.
what I'm
So
saying?
yeah.
yeah. So I didn't. I had a feeling, but I still was surprised at the finish because I didn't. I still wasn't sure if Rollins was really hurt or not.
All right.
So
So
that's the best thing. That's the best way it works in wrestling when you don't know.
You don't
yeah.
know.
So
Yeah.
before because I think the Money in the Bank, I want to have a conversation about that. But real quick, I love the match as well. I echo what y'all said. I thought the match was really dope. Man,
Mhm.
Gunther, man, that stuff, man, his shit look like it hurt, man. Like he kind of reminds me of Lord Regal back in the day. Like he
William
just
Regal.
yeah, man. And Fit Finley, them type dudes that just smack the hell out of you, man. So yeah, I never seen somebody get chopped in the back. He was chopping him in his chest, chopping him in his back, chopping him in his legs, man. Like so
Yeah,
yeah,
but Gunther is really
yeah,
he's really ruthless. That's his
yeah,
character. He's a
yeah,
really ruthless guy, man.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Another
And like
guy that was like that, JBL.
yeah, JBL's another one.
Just ruthless.
Bradshaw. Yeah.
It ainnt nothing pretty about it. Just ruthless the
Yeah,
whole
partner.
time.
Farouk, the APA, both of them dudes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah. Um, so yeah, I love the match. I like Stance. I love the ending. I love when blood gets involved, just because I think blood like adds to the match. It makes the match feel more like it's something to the energy when somebody starts bleeding in the match. So I love the fact that they added that to it as well. So yeah, the match was dope. It was definitely my favorite match of the show for sure. So Money in the Bank. I'll just say, well, we'll get into it, but I'll say that like the way they did it was brilliant. Like I thought, like I had heard he got hurt, so I thought he was legitimately hurt. And so when his music hit, I was like, oh crap, he coming out. And then he came out with the crutches and the knee thing. So I'm like, oh, all right, he just coming out to let him know, like, yeah, like you got that match, but I'm coming back soon. And then he even walked back. So I thought he was walking back, like, all right, I'm here, let you know I'm here. And then he started walking back to the back, and he stopped and then dropped the crush. Like, oh shit. So like that shit was crazy. Like the way they did it was brilliant because you didn't see it coming. For me personally, I didn't see it coming at all. Maybe y'all did. I didn't see it coming at all. I thought the man
No.
was hurt. And when he came out with
No,
the
they
thing
weren't.
with the thing on his leg, I thought he was hurt. He started walking back. I thought he was hurt. I didn't know until he stopped. When he stopped, I'm like, "Oh, are you serious?" So the way they did it, I thought was brilliant. What would you say, Kurt?
I, I I didn't at first. I didn't like the Money in the Bank. At first, the idea of the Money in the Bank, I really didn't like it. But then I remember the Miz. The Miz changed my mind about Money in the Bank when he won the because I felt like he deserved a title shot, but they wasn't giving it to him. You know, and then he came out with the Money in the Bank, and he finally became the champion. Um, when it's done right, when the Money in the Bank is done right, it's amazing. It's amazing when it's done right, but it's not always done right. That's the problem. That's my only issue with the Money in the Bank. It's not always done right. But when it's done right, it's cool, man. And last night it was done right. You know what I mean? Like you said, they set us up for it. But then I look at Drew McIntyre, right? Drew McIntyre, like here's a man that put in all type of work, man. He put in so much work to become champion. And his reign was only like 10 minutes. You know, so when it's like, so it got his, it got his pros and it got his cons. So um, like I say, when it's done right, it's an amazing thing. When it's not done right, it just gets on your nerves. It's that type of thing. It's like the girl next door. You know, sometimes you like playing with her, but then you don't like that she know all your business and can go to school and tell your business because she live next door, right? So it's like the pros and cons, the ups and the downs. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It just has to be done right. When it's done right, the Money in the Bank is amazing.
Stan, what do you say?
I think that, like I said, it became a booking trope under Vince, where yeah, let's put the money in the bank on some mid card guy, and then let him cash in, and then it's like they don't automatically get over because of that. It worked really well the first time it was done with Edge when he won Money in the Bank and cashed in. That was the first time it really worked, and it did work with a couple other guys. I just said the way they did this shit was actually brilliant. I just don't like the Money in the Bank shit, but the way they did it with Rollins working everybody with the injury angle was brilliant because
Uh-huh.
he worked everybody. All the backstage stuff that you heard was he's hurt. He's hurt. He's walking around backstage on crutches. He's walking around the town. He was around. He was in town for SummerSlam. I was like anybody else was because again he's married to Becky. Becky has a match on the show tonight. He's walking around with their daughter on crutches. He's in the streets in crutches. He's going out to eat on crutches. He worked the whole thing, and that's the kind of thing that you don't see in wrestling nowadays. Guys don't do that shit anymore. So I
Yep.
have to applaud that because guys don't do that anymore. They don't work. They don't try to work the shit. They worked. He worked it, and I don't know. And they Triple H and all those guys they knew it and they worked everywhere because they already know if we say oh he's hurt, he's legitimately hurt. They'll get back to the dirt sheet guys and the Meltzers of the world who are going to. Although he was, those guys were kind of like suspicious of his injury too, suspicious of it. But at the end of the day, nobody knew. They can say what they want to say. Nobody fucking knew what was going on.
Yep.
Everyone thought that he was hurt because that was the word backstage was he's hurt. He's hurt.
Yep.
He's gonna be out for a while. He blew his knee out. He's gonna be out for a while. He's gonna miss WrestleMania next year. All that stuff. And they worked everybody. And I love it. I just think it's funny because what you've heard a lot of fans complain about the Netflix show that's on right now. And they complain about, oh, they're exposing everything. It's like, dude, the fucking veil was lifted on wrestling 40 years ago. Everybody knows what this shit is. So
Yeah,
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
really
I'm
understand.
I'm not the biggest fan of it either, bro. I'm just old, I guess. I'm just old. I'm
Bro,
not the biggest
I
fan of
like
I
the
it.
feel like
show.
I'm not like
I feel like if you watch movies, then you should be able to watch wrestling, bro. It's the
yeah,
same. It's the same format for
It's the
real.
same
Except
shit.
except wrestling is
yeah.
live.
So let's not. I don't want to get off. I don't want to get off topic, bro. But that's a different
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah,
But
but it's a different. Yeah, but it's like it is what it is. But I appreciate the fact that there's still guys trying to work gimmicks
Yep.
outside of the ring
Yep.
because
yeah,
again, you know, there's been shows like that and a million podcasts out there where guys are exposed to the bread business.
yeah.
It is what it is, but
Mhm.
it's still there's still some there's still that commitment to the show that
Yep.
guys still have. So
But
I appreciate that.
that separates the men from the boys right there, bro. With Stan saying that
Yeah.
separates the good from the greats and
Yeah.
from the elite. Yo, I remember one time, right? I met the Undertaker and I got an autograph from him. He was at
Wow.
a restaurant. He was at a restaurant. And he was sitting there laughing with everybody regular, like, ha ha ha. And I was like, man, my cousin was like, yo, it's the Undertaker. It's the Undertaker. And he heard us. As soon as that motherfucker heard us, he turned around like and gave us the Undertaker look, bro. You see what I'm saying? He didn't mind being in full character anytime. That separates the great wrestlers from the iconic wrestlers, bro. And Seth Rollins, I'm just happy that, like Stan said, they still do that shit. They still do that shit? Okay.
Yeah. So
So
I'll,
I
I'll
can
say this.
appreciate that.
Yeah, I'll say, and I 1,000% agree with all of that y'all said. I 1,000% agree. But two things can be true. I can give a lot of props for how they did it, and I can still hate it at the same time. I'm sorry, bro. I don't like the Money in the Banks thing either. Like I get that it's part of it. I know it's part of it, but I don't like it, and I'm gonna tell you why I don't like it. Right? I feel like you're sacrificing a moment that can live in time for a big pop today. Because like when you do that, it kind of makes the match null and void. So like for
Hmm.
example, like just the other day, I was watching Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart, the Iron Man match at WrestleMania. I was like rewatching the match or whatever. It's a good match, man. It's long, but it's a good ass match. And like when you think about that match and you think about like the moments that happened after the match with Shawn Michaels like holding the title and like bowing down to the title. You remember that moment? Like that moment is a moment that lives in time. Like that's a moment in time right there. Now imagine if he did all that and held the belt and hugged the belt and all that, and then Yokozuna cashed in the Money in the Bank and took the belt right back from him. Like that moment wouldn't even like hit anymore because that's what if you're watching the match back 15 years later, it's like, oh yeah, like it don't hit. Like so I feel like when you do that, you make the moment null and void because it's like he just cashed it in and took the belt right back from you. You know what I mean? It doesn't.
Yeah.
The match
Well,
no
see
longer
that.
hit.
But
Like
see,
this last month, was it last month when they had it was a women's triple threat match. It was
No, it's
Naomi.
Ripley and Io Sky. Ripley and Io
yeah,
Sky had one of the best matches of the year,
that was
and
amazing.
they did the Money in the Bank shit
Money
at
in
the
the
end of
Bank
it
thing.
too.
So if I'm showing that match to somebody 15 years, they're like, yo, this is one of my favorite women's matches. Watch this match. They're gonna be like, oh, all right. So it was a good match, but you just took the belt right from it. To me, you sacrifice moments that could live forever for a big pop today. That's how I feel about it. Stan, I mean, am I
But
wrong on that?
it's go ahead,
No,
Stan.
no, you're not wrong. I just think that it's just something. It's something that they do. It's just one of those. To
I
me,
get it.
it's a booking trope. You know, it's so easy because again, a lot of the guys in WWE that book they're in the booking team are guys that are about heat. They like to book heat finishes. They want to get heat on guys. Like that was always a Vince McMahon thing, and you got Bruce Pritchard there, and he's a Vince McMahon disciple. That's his style of booking. Is booking heat finishes. So that Money in the Bank shit designed to get heat on heels. That's why it's mostly heels that win the case and cash it in because it's designed to get heat. They try to get heat on guys, and the problem is that and that's another conversation to have about heat and heels and how heels can get over because it's hard to get over as a heel. It just really is nowadays
It
because
is.
Yeah, that's
the audience doesn't go with it sometimes. But it's I don't care for it. I like Seth Rollins. I think he's a fantastic wrestler, fantastic performer. Always has been since he's been in the company. You know, I just but I agree with what you said, man. It just kind of overshadows a match, and that match was excellent.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
and it overshadowed the match.
but sometimes though, I feel like this is how I feel about the Money in the Bank. I don't feel like it should be done at pay-per-view. I feel like it should be. I feel like because if like you want to get it's a good way. It's an instant way to get somebody over instantly, right? So if I want to get you over, I'm gonna get you over on a Raw. I'm gonna get you over on a SmackDown, and then once you're over, now I can use you in the main event for a pay-per-view. As opposed to like you said, like I said, Drew McIntyre, bro. I was so happy for Drew McIntyre, bro. I was so happy for that man, bro. And then the Money in the Bank comes down and takes the belt from him. So what I would have did was I would have put Drew McIntyre in a rematch on Raw or SmackDown, and he would have retained his belt, and then I would have Moneyed in the Bank. Now, whoever gets that Money in the Bank on SmackDown or Raw and gets that championship, that is the guy that I want to push for the main event. It's just really a way to get people over. That's really all it is, for real. Like Naomi, she deserved it for you. I wasn't mad about Naomi. I understand what y'all saying about Rhea and Io, but I wasn't mad at that, bro, because Naomi was there for years, and then it also coincides with her character. Like y'all been warned, it's caution. You know what I'm saying? So, like I say, when it's done right, it's beautiful.
But I'm not. It's not that I'm again. I get it's part of it, but I just think it wrecks the match. Like I don't know, bro. Like I just don't like it. I think it wrecks the match. I think it actually, to me, it makes the Money in the Bank the most important thing you can have other than the titles. Back in the day, winning the Royal Rumble was the big deal. The guy that won the Rumble don't even feel
Nah,
like
the
it's
Rumble's
even.
still that. It's still the Rumble, yo.
No, it's not.
Automatic main event to WrestleMania. Automatically.
Yeah, but I get
Nah,
a
it's still the
automatic
Rumble.
main event to WrestleMania if I got the Money in the Bank. I can wait to WrestleMania and get it. So no, it's not. The Money in the Bank
That's
means
true.
more. It means more than the Rumble, and I don't like that because I used to love the Royal Rumble. So I don't like that now. This thing like overshadows it to me. But again, I'm old, but that's just kind of I don't like it. I can appreciate how they did it, but I can still not like it. You know what I mean? I don't. It's just me. I don't know. Any final thoughts? We move on to the something else, the rest of this
No,
card.
I get it. Like I said, the match was excellent. The way they did the Rollins surprise cash in was actually great. I just don't like the Money in the Bank cash in, so I think it overshadows the match. But the match was excellent, and they worked everybody with the Rollins thing, so it was good. I liked it. And I'm anxious to see where it goes from there. And that's the point. And that's the point of all this shit. The point of it is
Mhm.
to get you to react one way or another. You're mad about it happening. You're pissed about it happening. That's the exact reaction they want you to have.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
it works, regardless. It worked. So
It Kurt, if Yokozuna cashed in the Money in the Bank after that Iron Man match, would that shit still hit for you? I'm just
What
being
I'm
honest.
saying is,
Like, would
well,
it?
I
Would that
mean,
shit still
not
hit?
Yokozuna.
Yokozuna, but if Shawn Michaels is sitting there like this, right, and you hear that glass break for the Stone Cold music, like
That was,
Yokozuna, no. But if
but
it's a
90,
Stone Cold, if it's The Rock,
that was too early for them. It was too early. I'm naming somebody that was hitting at that time. Like The Rock and Stone Cold weren't hitting back then. That was what 96.
no, Stone Cold was there, 96, 90.
He
No,
wasn't.
was he there,
He,
96? Yeah, Stone
He
Cold
was
was there,
there, but
96.
he wasn't. He wasn't there, but he wasn't over until like '97.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But it depends.
He ain't.
Let's say Shawn Michaels is holding that belt, and then the whole arena gets black, and you hear that bell go bong, and you know the Undertaker's coming. See, you see how you start smiling because you knew
No,
that would have
it's
been lit.
still
That
no,
would
but
have
it's
been
still
lit.
no, but it ruins that moment though. Like I don't think that moment of Shawn Michaels holding the title even hits anymore
Oh no, that
because
iconic image of
yeah, that's
him.
what I'm
Yeah, that
saying.
doesn't. It
Him
doesn't.
with the
You're right.
belt like this,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it
doesn't.
don't even hit. It's over, but what's that happen? So that's my thing, bro. I hate it, honestly.
No, you're right about that. That is an iconic moment. It would have
Yeah,
been overshadowed by
yeah,
whoever was coming down. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for all we know, like this CM Punk holding that belt after leaving the company and all that stuff, that could have been an iconic moment 15 years from now. We'll never know now because they already wrecked the shit. All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we can debate that more at a later time because I think we can go back and forth on that for the rest of this video.
Right,
Um,
right, right.
yo, whoever trains these celebrities, yo, they deserve like a gold medal, yo. How the hell was that Drew McIntyre, Logan Paul, Randy Orton, and Jelly Roll match entertaining, bro? Like that match was way better than it should have been.
Yo, the thing is, Jelly Roll, man, I think Jelly Roll, he got some he wrestled before, bro. Like he had to have, bro. He had to have, bro. He knew how to take the reason I say it's not because he did moves, it's because he knew how to take the bump. Like you don't just wake up and learn how to take the bumps in wrestling. You have to have matches underneath of your belt to be able to take them bumps. And he was taking the bumps, bro. He took a damn cross body on a table from Logan Paul on the top rope inside
Yeah,
the ring. Like, you see what I'm saying? Bro, you gotta be able, you have to be able to take them lumps. He took the bumps, bro. That's what made me think he got some experience, bro. He got some experience. He wrestled in somebody's backyard on some underground or something, bro, because I ain't gonna lie, he looked too good to be somebody that just decided to wrestle today. Hey, put me in there, you know, let me try it. Let me work out for a month. Like, nah, bro. He knew what he was doing in there, bro. He knew what he was doing, bro. So, and that was a very, very entertaining match, yo.
it was.
Very entertaining.
It
I was
was.
surprised by Jelly Roll, but he has, bro, you're not just gonna wake up and you're not just gonna train for 2 months and that happens. He had to know he had to have taken lumps before, bro. Look at Jelly Roll and how they was able to go all type of places with Jelly Roll, and then look at Floyd Mayweather. Look at Mike Tyson match. They wasn't able to do all of that with Tyson, do all of that with Floyd, because those guys aren't used to taking the lumps. That guy was used to taking them bumps, bro.
feel like Floyd took a few bumps. He took a side slam. He got chopped in the chest. I remember he took a few, but yeah.
Bro, you not about to jump off no rope to the outside on top of a table on Floyd Mayweather, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
You're not. Jelly Roll, Jelly Roll looked legit. He looked legit for real. He got a choke slam. He caught him out the
Off
crossbody
the
out the
top,
top
yeah.
rope. Yeah, bro. He looked kind of legit. I mean, of course he's not superior
Yeah,
athletic, so it's gonna look a little sloppy.
yeah, for
But
sure.
he looked like he knew what he was doing. Yo, I was impressed by Jelly Roll.
Stan, what do you say?
This is a good match.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know who trains guys like that, but I've seen a number of people come in. And this goes back over the years. I don't know how it makes wrestling look when guys can just walk in and do it. But again, like you go back to Lawrence Taylor,
Yeah.
he
Bam
looked
Bam
great when
Bigelow.
he did that. He did the one match and that was it. You go back then and we've seen a bunch of guys get in the ring and do stuff. Some of them look good, some of them didn't. Dennis Robin,
No,
Karl Malone, no.
no,
Jay Leno, no.
no. Stratton,
But
Kevin
they
Green
didn't
did all right.
belong.
Kevin Green
Yeah,
did
he
all right.
did. He did
Yeah.
fine. He did good. So they've done. You've seen over the years guys come out of the side of wrestling and get in there and do it. But like when Bad Bunny did it, that motherfucker looked like he had been working for years.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like when Bad Bunny did it because he wanted to do it. I think they were trying to do the same thing with Travis Scott, but Travis has got his brain all over the place, and I don't think he was ready to commit to actually doing the training and learning how
Right.
to do this shit. And again, they're not gonna put you in the ring if you ain't gonna do the work.
Right.
Like Triple H is not gonna put guys in there to get fucking hurt on his watch if they don't do the work. So and that's why the Travis Scott shit kind of got dropped because you could tell that's what they were building towards him getting in the ring with like Cody or something down the road. But yeah, I mean, shit, that motherfucker looked like he had been working. That motherfucker was bumping. He was taking the bumps. He was taking the beating. He did the motherfucking black hole, the boss man slam, and
yep,
all that shit. He looked good in there, and I was actually surprised he took the pin at the end. But Logan Paul. I mean, he's another one. Came from outside of wrestling, and everybody thought, why the fuck are they putting him in the ring, and why are they giving this Logan Paul? He's an internet guy, and he's a clown. That dude is made for wrestling.
He is.
yep.
His
He
personality
really
fits
is.
wrestling. He's a
He looks
natural
like a
heel
wrestler.
because, yeah, he's built for wrestling and he got it from day one. So many guys, they get in this shit and they don't fucking get it. They don't get it. He fucking got it from the day he stepped in the business. He got it. He got what it was. And when they, like, again, the brilliant Vince McMahon thought he should be a babyface. Like, what the fuck are you guys thinking? What are you thinking? You guys are natural heel. The
Yeah.
Pauls are the most hated
Yep,
guys in sports.
yep,
Everybody hates those motherfuckers because they're outsiders coming in and making money in situations that they aren't from. His brother's big in boxing and he whatever, but Logan's made for wrestling. He's a perfect heel, and I hope people prepared. He's going to be a champion. He's going to be world champion probably in the next couple of years. I just hope people prepare for that. They're going to put the world title on him at some point because he's that
I'm
good.
surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, he's that good. He's good at this shit. He's a
He
great
is.
heel. He gets heat. He's got mainstream appeal because mainstream people know who he is. My son don't watch wrestling. He know who Logan Paul is. He's gonna be champion at some point. So that match was good. That match was actually surprisingly good. I did not expect that match to be that good,
Yeah.
but it was. And
It was
it
good.
was a good match. Again, you had the two pros in Orton and McIntyre who could. Those two guys can have a match with each other in their sleep, basically.
Yep,
Yeah.
They just know
yep.
how to work. They're two pros. And you got Logan Paul and you got, you know, Jelly Roll. Again, the
Yeah.
idea of this guy Jelly Roll, who used to be a rapper, used to be a rap producer, used to be this, and now he's a country star. He's in the ring and he's getting dirty. He's bumping around. He's taking the hits. He took the pin. I thought it was a good match, really good match, surprisingly good match.
Yeah, it
He looked good
was.
out there. Yeah, he looked good. I mean, I don't know if they trust him to work a singles match with anybody, but
No, 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 no.
yeah, I don't know if they trust Jelly Roll to work a singles match with Logan Paul, but that kind of seems like where it's going.
But you know what? after the way he performed, it depends on
Yep.
how serious he wants to take it because he
Right,
might. Because I
right.
mean, I'm sure if he's a fan of it, he probably is now watching that match like, damn, I should have did this. Man, I should have looked more like this when they came off the top rope. But if he really, it really puts himself to it, I don't know why they technically couldn't do it. Because I mean, it seemed like he got taking bumps down pretty well. I want to know who they got training these dudes though, man. Like you know, I do think, and maybe this is just hubris, but I do think that because I love wrestling, that if you put me with a good trainer, you gave me some time to get in shape, I think I could probably figure out how to get through like one match. But would I be able to do it the next night? I doubt it. You know what I mean? So that's what it really
Yeah.
comes down to.
If you well, like I say, bro, if you used to taking the bumps, bro, if you could commit to taking the bumps,
Yeah.
that's what I was saying, bro. It was like I was saying, that's more than a month of training, bro.
Yeah, it
He took
is.
bumps,
No, he's
bro.
been training. He's been training for a while, and I'm pretty sure he's
That's
been
what I'm
training at the
saying.
performance center. Like
You
they
gotta
got
take
great
those
coaches
bumps.
at the performance center that work with young talent, that work with the young people they bring in. They got great coaches because they got guys at the performance center that used to work.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure he worked with Undertaker. I'm pretty sure he, with Sean. Sean's down there running
Look at T
NXT.
down there.
Yeah, a lot of guys that down there working in the performance center. I'm pretty sure he worked with all these guys, and yeah, he looked great in there. I mean, it's
And
like you
when the
see that thinking
crowd
like
is
shit.
when the
Yeah,
crowd is into the match, that adds something to it too. The crowd was all in. Like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, because
yeah,
they weren't all into all the matches on the show. But
they were not.
yeah, they were not. They were not in on all the matches on the show.
We get to that. I already know which match y'all talking about. I ain't even gonna say it.
All right. Tiffany Stratton and
Here we
Jade
go.
Cargill. What did y'all think of that match?
It
Jade
was
Cargill is
rough.
the best specimen I have ever seen in female wrestling. Like built wise, her build is like godly, and she's very athletic. You know what I'm saying? She can move. I just I feel like she should be further along as a wrestler than she is now. Like you done had 2, 3, 4 years. They've been like baby stepping you. Okay, we're gonna put you between. We're gonna hide you between Bianca Belair and Naomi, two of the better performers of the female wrestling. We're gonna, while you're gaining your fame with them, we're gonna show you and blast you off, and teach you as we come. Yo, she came when she came to the Royal Rumble to this day. I think her initial sound crazy, but her initial appearance in the Royal Rumble is probably her best appearance ever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand. She don't get it. I just think she doesn't get it. I think she wants to get it and she's built to get it, and we want her to get it,
Yeah.
but she just really doesn't. Tiffany Stratton is a monster. She's legit, but Jay just don't. She don't got it, bro. It's like she's thinking too much. You know, like at some point in time, you got to be able, like Stone Cold and The Rock, they could just walk in the ring and whisper to each other and put on a great match. Like, okay, Rock, set me up. I'm gonna set you up for the stunner right here. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't even got to give them like no source material to work for because they are the source material. Um, I just don't see it with Jade, bro. And she has everything. She got the look, she got the attitude, she got the following, she got the athleticism. I mean, bro, she just she's just not a good wrestler. I hate to say that. She should be a lot further than where she is now, especially with the push that they've been giving her. Like they want her to be great. They keep, even though like Triple H, like if you're a garbage wrestler, you're not going out there. And if you are, it's gonna be like some prelim to start Raw, something. Like they keep putting her in big storylines. They keep putting her in big matches. They keep putting her in the mix, and it's just not translating between the four rope, between the four corners. So, it's a pretty good match. I mean, if you watch Tiffany Stratton, but Jade got to get better, bro. He has to do it fast, bro, because they've given her enough time. They've given her enough time, bro. You gotta understand, this is a company that told Sasha Banks she can roll. You understand? Sasha Banks is like, she, the boss. Like she was back in the ring. All them flying knees and stuff she used to do. Like they told her she can walk. But they keep giving this girl, and it's because of the look, it's because of the following, it's because she has all the intangibles. She's like Bobo. Like, bro, you 7'2" and can do everything. How you not a superstar, Bobo? You can't even get on the floor, Bobo. Like, that's how she is. You got everything. Why are you not a superstar? So I think she got like Triple H. I think his patience is wearing low with her, to where as though he put her out there in this type of match to say, look, we done gave you enough. We just got to see what you got. Like, and if she can't prove that she can perform on the level of a Charlotte Flair, on the level of a Bailey, on the level of a Bianca Belair, on the level of a Naomi, then we're gonna start saying less and less of Jade Cargill. I just feel like she should be further along than what she is.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Stan, what's your thoughts?
Match was a little rough at points, but it was fine. But again, just look at the contrast at Tiffany Stratton, who been wrestling for 4 years basically. She started training 4 years ago to get in the ring, and you see where she is, and you see where Jade is. I just
Right.
think that I don't know. I don't think the company is thrilled with her because again, they had it took them a long time to even trust her to be in the ring with someone one on one. The whole point of her being in the tag team with Bianca was for her to fucking learn. And again, Bianca's another one who did not come into the business. A lot of these women did not come into this thing as fans and as people who work the indies. Like
Yep.
Bianca, Charlotte, uh, Tiffany Stratton, they didn't come into. They were athletes who came in and learned the business from the bottom up.
Yep.
Like that learned it from the bottom and learned it. Jade was someone that AEW found and used and pushed her immediately, but I don't think she really got the training she should have gotten in AEW when she was on TV. And I think she trained with Cody in Cody's school, but she just isn't. She isn't there in the ring yet. She just isn't there. She should be aggressive. She should be a beast. Because just look at her. Look at how she
Yep.
looks. She looks like a pro wrestler. She looks like a superhero. She's built, sculpted. You know what I'm saying? Like, and she
Yep.
just isn't as good as she's not as good in the ring as I think that they want her to be. So we'll see what happens with her. But the match was okay. It wasn't great. It didn't have a ton of heat either. And the reason why I didn't have a ton of heat is because there was no story there. It was Jade won the Queen of the Ring. She gets a match with Tiffany. It just was the way the match was not built up very well. It didn't have a ton of heat, and that's why it didn't have a ton of heat because it wasn't built up well. Whereas you have other matches on the show that was built up well and had heat. You know, Punk and Gunther had heat. The tag match that we just talked about had heat because it was built up well.
Yep.
This match was not built up well, which is basically, yeah, Jade won this queen of this tournament, and now she's got a title match against Tiffany. Who's the heel? Who's the babyface? They're both heel. They're both whatever. That's why I didn't have any heat. But match was okay, but nothing special.
Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. Y'all seen the movie Major League, right? That baseball movie
Mm-hmm.
like back in the day. Remember the
No crying in baseball. That's what you're talking
yeah,
about. Now that's the league of their own.
that's League of
Right?
Their Own. But yeah, remember that part in the movie where Pedro Serrano goes out there, he's like doing batting practice, he's like knocking the ball way out the park and he looks
Yeah.
good. And the manager's like, man, this guy hits a ton. How did nobody else pick up on this guy? And then they start throwing him some curveballs and he just swung him and missed. And it's like, oh, okay. That's kind of how I feel
Mhm.
about Jade. Like when I first saw her, I was watching AEW and I saw her come out and I'm like, wow, look at her. This girl looks amazing, bro. How in the hell did WWE not get her? And then the bell rung and I was like, oh, okay. I see. I see why. Yeah. What I will say though is I do think that like in all times in wrestling, there have been guys who are they just look good. They got a good look, and you can put them in the ring with people who are good and they can still have good matches. I think unfortunately
Yeah.
that's just kind of what her future is. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, the match to me was all right. It was a decent match to me. It was solid. I thought the match she had last month, and it was against Naomi. I thought that was a good match. I enjoyed the match. So I think as long as you put her in the ring with people who are good, I think the matches can be passable. And at the end of the day, it's about putting on a good match. It's about what I mean? So if you can put her in the ring and she's not so bad that she can still have a good match with somebody else that's good, I don't think there's any reason to, like what Kurt was saying, it's might be time to move on. Like I don't think it's time to move on. I think, she got the look. She can have decent matches with good wrestlers. So I mean, it just kind of is what it is. I don't think that she is, woman's champion material or nothing like that. But I mean, I still think she can be an attraction. Like she can sell tickets. Like she can get you excited about a match, even though,
Yeah.
in the ring it might not quite be hitting like that. So that's how I feel
Yeah,
about it.
she's fine, but again, but like yeah, moving on from her, they'll definitely do it because again, we've seen them cut bait with a lot of people that you was surprised like, oh shit, they cut bait with these people. Yeah, they will because they got so many people down in NXT right now that's ready to come up.
But they don't have
WWE
that.
is
They don't have her
constantly
look though.
pick. No, no, but WWE is constantly hiring talent, hiring young talent, bringing people in. They got this ID program, which basically allows them to identify people on the independents that they see something in. They are aggressively looking for talent because of AEW being around. They're aggressively going after talent and younger talent because they just want to. They know that they got a lot of guys right now who's coming up in age. They know that they know
They know that Roman Reigns and CM Punk and Seth Rollins and all these guys, the main event guys, are coming up in age. They know that. They know that. So they need new main eventers. So they're constantly signing people. So yeah, if she doesn't start cutting in the ring, they will let her go. So
But
like
I
I said,
guess
the
my
match is
question
fine, but she definitely needs she's not where they need her to be in the ring. For her
didn't
look and for what they've put into her, she's gotta get better.
didn't she train with Daniel Bryan back in the day?
Hmm?
Didn't she train with Daniel Bryan?
She did.
Yeah.
She
So I
absolutely
mean,
did.
I don't know what else you can do. I mean, I don't.
Like she absolutely trained with Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess the question is like, where do you want her to be? Because I mean, like, don't you think that like if you can have a good match with somebody, like, is that enough when you take a look at her look and the fact that she is over? Like, don't you think that is that enough? Or you know what I'm saying? Like, I know that she's not great, but if you can still put her in the ring with someone who is great and she can still have a good match, I mean, is that enough?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
thing.
she can. If they put her in the ring with somebody that's really good, they can get good stuff out of her. But
Yeah,
it's like they need her to be a lot better in the ring than what she is. They need her to be a lot better, a
yeah.
lot better. She just isn't there. But when they put her in the ring with somebody that's really good, yeah, they can get good matches out of her. But she needs to be a lot better on her own, so they can she can work with other people.
Yep. All right, let's briefly touch on the rest of the card. Sami Zayn, Karrion Kross. I never heard of Karrion Kross before. That's my first time seeing him. I like the fact entrance was fire. I like the entrance. I like the fact he has a manager. Like, you don't see managers like that. It looks like he has an actual manager. So I thought that was cool. The match was fine enough. I wasn't like blown away, but it was fine. Your thoughts on it? Stan, I was just talking about that.
my bad.
No, you good. I was talking
Technical
about the
difficulties.
I was talking about the Karrion Kross, Sami Zayn thing. I was saying I like his interest was cool. I like the fact that he has a manager. That's like different. We don't see that much anymore. What'd you think of it? Just going to briefly touch on the rest of the card.
See
That
that she Shorty,
sucked.
Shorty tried to trade on Carrie, and didn't she? She handed him the what's her name?
Yeah, the lead pipe. Yeah,
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
Match
I
Yep.
wasn't
thought it was
good.
a cool match.
You said it wasn't good.
Cross is not that good in the ring, and the thing
Yeah,
is
okay.
with him is that like he's gotten over with the crowd to an extent over the last few months. He's kind of getting some traction, and his contract is up. So I don't think he signed a new deal yet, and I think the reason I don't think he signed a new deal, so that might have been the end of his run there. But he's not that good in the ring. I never thought he was that good when I first saw him in TNA. When he was Killer Kross. I didn't think he was that good. He had
Oh,
nice character, nice.
so he been around
Yeah,
for a minute then.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he
been
been
around for a
around.
little bit. He's been
Okay.
around. Yeah, he
Okay.
wrestled as Killer Kross in TNA.
Okay.
When he got to NXT, they immediately put the belt on him, and he wasn't that good. I mean, he was again. The entrance was great. The managers was a smoke show. Yeah, I got all that. I got the entrance, got the woman, got the chick, got all that. But then once you go, but then the bell had the ring, and he just isn't that good in the ring. He just his matches is not that good. He's not that great. Like so, and if you can't have a good match with Sami Zayn, you just can't have a good match.
You can't have a good match, bro. Not, if you can't
No.
work with somebody, then you might as well let it go.
And I don't want to say the match was terrible. It was okay, but again, not much heat on it. And I'm hoping that's the end of it. The end of that thing with Sammy. Like I said, I don't know if Kross signed a new deal or not. If we're going to be seeing Kross on TV again, but he's got a good look. He cuts great promos. He's a great talker. But his stuff in the ring is just blah to me.
Yeah, that was my first time seeing him. So like, the most memorable thing about it was the entrance. I thought his entrance was dope. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
So, what was the women?
Sammy will carry anybody. One of us could get in the ring with Sammy, he'll carry it for us, bro.
Yeah, if you can't
That's
have
what
a good match with Sami Zayn, no.
All right. Women's tag team match: Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair, Raquel versus Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. Thought it was a solid match. But all I can say, y'all, you stand your thoughts.
I think it's interesting that they've managed to make Charlotte a likable character now. And that's something that I didn't think was possible because she's not a very likable character because the way she's been pushed since she's come up on the main roster. She's been pushed as, a Flair and she's always going to be winning titles and she's in the title picture. So to bump her down into this not in the title picture, but make her like this tag team of Alexa has made her likable. It's made her human.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think it was possible to make Charlotte a likable character. They've tried to make her a babyface, but it just doesn't work because eventually she gets back in the title picture, and people get tired of her fucking winning all the time. And that's kind of what happens when you book someone to win a lot. The fans get tired of you, and it's up. So, and I think she wants to be a babyface right now because she likes dealing with children and being around kids and shit like that. She wants to be a babyface, and this is probably the best way for them to get to that, and they've done it by doing this "We're Not Friends" tag team of Alexa, which I've been very entertained by that shit. Stuff with her and Alexa's been it's been fun because it makes her a human being. It takes Charlotte from the Hulk Hogan type of character to this likable character, a very likable person. Like I can get behind her, you know. So I thought the match was cool. I like Roxanne. I really like Roxanne. I saw Roxanne in Ring of Honor years ago when she was just breaking into the business. She was trained by Booker. She's really good. She's really good. I don't particularly care for the situation she's in because that Judgment Day shit, I don't give a fuck about any of that stuff. They've been doing this dumb Judgment Day breakup angle for at least 2 years now. I'm over it. Just break the motherfuckers up at this point. Just break them up. And again, I'm sure they're trying to hold this shit together until Liv comes back. And even then, I don't really care about it either. I just don't care about it. Just move on. And again, getting the belts on Charlotte and Alexa was the easy choice there.
Um, I like Charlotte Flair. I do. But I just feel like, first of all, I'm happy she's, like you said, she's taking a reduced role, right? But it's like, for some reason, maybe it's how they built her. I always feel like she's overbearing. It could be like it was four other women in that match. It could be a tag team. It could be a Hell in a Cell 6-way. It could be the Armageddon. I just always feel like if Charlotte is out there, she's going to win. I would have liked to see Roxanne and Raquel win last night. Because I feel like every time I see Charlotte, she wins. She always wins. Like um, but they did put her with Alexa Bliss. Her and Alexa Bliss, they are a great odd couple. You know, it puts me into the mind of what Alexa is doing for Charlotte. It's kind of like what Mick Foley did for The Rock. You know what I'm saying? That odd couple that come together, and you started seeing things about The Rock, like, oh damn, he really did read Mick Foley's book, and Al Snow was lying on him. He really do like Al. You know what I'm saying? Like when Mick Foley said, "Do you think we're friends?" and he said he wouldn't speak, and Mick Foley said, "It doesn't matter," and he ran around the ring, and The Rock was just sitting there trying to
I
hide the
remember
stuff.
that.
Like, yeah, bro, like that is what Alexa Bliss is kind of doing for um Charlotte Flair right now. Every time I ain't gonna lie, I get emotional every time I see Alexa Bliss go for the sister Abigail. You know, Bray Wyatt was my favorite wrestler upon his passing. The Fiend was my guy. Every time I see her do the, and we know like Bray Wyatt hit everybody hard, but that shit really hit Alexa hard. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they was peanut butter and jelly. They was tight. They was really close. Every time I see her do the sister Abigail, bro, I just think rest in peace to the Fiend. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. Rest in peace, man.
Um, Roxanne, it's only a matter of time before, like, okay, if you remove Jade Cargill in that Tiffany Stratton match and put Roxanne Perez there, bro, it probably would have been a 4.5 star match, bro. We're talking about an amazing match. Roxanne got it, bro. She got the look, she got the attitude, she got the skills. She's very athletic. You know what I'm saying? She can hop off a rope over here. You know, then she'd jump onto you outside the ring over there. She has it all except for like strength. She's not like super strong, but Roxanne has it all. Um, so you take her and you pair her with the powerhouse, Raquel. You know, Raquel isn't the best wrestler, but I do think that she's a bit underrated. Not saying she's the best, but she don't get enough credit. So I mean, it was a good match. I just would have liked to see. I really would have liked to see Roxanne pin Flair. You know, but I kind of felt like they're not gonna let these two girls beat Alexis. You think they're gonna let her beat Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair? You see what I'm saying? Like that's not gonna happen, bro. So I kind of knew like Charlotte Flair and I kind of felt like I knew Charlotte and Alexa was gonna win anyway. That's why if I would have seen Roxanne and Raquel win, it'd have been like, oh shit, they just beat Charlotte and Alexa. Holy shit! Like that would have really shocked me. It was a pretty decent match. It was a good match. I have nothing bad to say about the match at all. Um, but it would have been a real wow factor. It would have been a crazy wow factor if they would have let Roxanne pin Charlotte for the win. But you know, I felt like we knew what was going to happen with that. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Yeah, I guess it's the payoff, right? I guess they've been doing this whole frenemies thing with them for a while, I'm assuming. So I guess the
Yeah.
payoff was them winning the belts. So I guess it's
Yeah,
the right.
they've done the frenemies things with. I mean, this is classic booking. They've been doing that kind of shit for years with odd couple tag teams, and the whole point of it is just to build it up to make you care about them and then do a turn.
Yep.
So we know where it's ultimately going to go. The idea is to try to get Charlotte over as a babyface. That's what this all is about. And so at some point, Alexa's going to turn on them. And but the idea is to get people to like them as a tag team, be invested in them, and then bam, do the turn. So that's probably what the plan is. This is going to be a long term storyline, I think, for Charlotte, and it's ultimately going to get to Charlotte and Alexa at some point, probably in WrestleMania. But I like it. I like what they're doing with them because
You see
again, it's
that
got
now?
Charlotte. Hmm?
You don't think it's enough invested in them to where as though if Roxanne and Raquel win last night, that Alexa can super kick her or something, and then you have the rivalry. You had the opportunity. I feel like you had an opportunity to do that last night.
No, I think you gotta kind of get it drawn out a little bit more, especially if that's what the plan is for them. Draw it out a little bit more, get the people more and more invested in them, because the people are getting invested in them as a tag team, but they gotta keep getting them invested, more and more invested, and then you do the turn. You know, again, I don't think they're gonna do it and have Charlotte turn on them because that'd be too predictable. Because again, the point of this all is to get Charlotte over as a babyface. They want Charlotte to be a babyface. So we'll see. But that's what I would do is just keep let them have a great run with the belts. Because those tag belts have been treated like shit since they first got created them. They put them on random people. They put them on you know bad wrestlers. They've done some really dumb shit with those belts since they first created them. So I would like to see them get a nice run with Charlotte and Alexa. Give them a nice run, and then if you want to turn them at that point. But I like Raquel. Raquel, I saw in NXT work totally different than when she first came into WWE. She came in and she was a smiling Latino baby face, and it just didn't work. She's too big and she's too mean to do that smiling baby face bullshit. It didn't work. So now she's more so closer to what she was in NXT, where she worked like a female Kevin Nash. That's the
Basically,
whole point. Yeah, that's what she needs to be. She needs to be a female Diesel and work that way. Even Kevin Nash himself said that. Kevin Nash himself on his podcast says she needs to work like more like a female Diesel. She doesn't work like a
be that powerhouse.
big man. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
be
needs to
that
work like a
nasty
powerhouse.
powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since Kevin Nash said that, that's how she's been working. So
I
again,
would,
I like Roxanne, I like them both. I think I thought it was a good match, but didn't have as much heat as I thought it would have until the finishing part of it.
All right. Let's just briefly touch on the opening match before we get out of here. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso against Braun Breaker and Bronson Reed. I thought it was a good match. It was a good opening match. It did its job. It's the match to get everybody hyped. There's some good action in the match. I liked Bronson Reed, the way he taunts the fans. I thought that stuff was hilarious. I wish the fans gave him some more boos for it, but I thought it was hilarious. So overall, I thought the match was good. Kurt, your thoughts?
Anytime you see the Usos together, bro, it's a good thing, bro. To see Jay and Roman back together, man. I mean, that bloodline shit is like one of the greatest shits to ever happen to wrestling. And I think we kind of it's in a weird place right now because Solo is still Solo, right? You got Jacob doing Jacob stuff, but then you got the other side, which is Roman, right? And then you got the twins, the Usos. So it's kind of like in a weird place. But anytime you see them together, you see Roman and Jay together, you see Jimmy and Jay together. Whatever you see the Usos together, bro, it's always a good thing. It was a good match. It was a very entertaining match. Um, I think you always want your first and your last match to be your best matches in a card, right? You wanted to kick off with a bang. You wanted to end with a bang. I feel like if we'd have got Jelly Roll, we should have got that tag team match first. You know,
Nah.
I think Jelly Roll got them out their seats a little bit more than Roman. You know what I'm saying? And that's what you want, though. That's why I'm saying it. Not to say that it was a better match or they're better wrestlers, but the fans were more invested in Jelly Roll and Orton than they were in Jimmy and Roman last night. So, and plus, I think the fans, it's a part of us, even though we love that bloodline shit, it's a part of us that's like, yo, when is this shit going to end, though? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when is it going to end? Because now it's like you're only putting Jimmy and Roman together because of Solo. And then Solo is having problems on his side. But then we don't know what the fuck Jimmy doing. What is Jimmy Uso doing? Like, so it's like, when will it end? Like, and how is it going to end? What is it has to have some type of climax. This shit has been going on longer than BX and NWO type shit, bro. Like, it's already been like 6 or 7 years of bloodline, bro. So I was just happy. I'm happy to see Jay. I think Jay is the best pure wrestler in their family. Outside of Dwayne Johnson, I think Jay's a better wrestler than all of them. Rikishi, Umaga, all of them. So anytime I can see Jay, I'm happy. Stan might disagree with that, but I think Jay's the
Absolutely.
best. I think he is. But just to see them, it was a pretty good match. It was a great matchup to open up with, but Jelly Roll and them stole the show last night. So,
Yeah.
it's kind of when you look at that match and then you look at Jelly Roll match, it's like, damn, they should have been number one because everybody was invested in it. So I liked the match. It was a good match. But it wasn't really nothing spectacular though. But it was definitely good. Hey, and I like Action Bronson, bro. I like
Yeah.
him, bro, as a heel, bro. I do. I respect him a lot. So it was a pretty fairly decent match. Could have been better, but I respect it.
Stan.
I thought it was too fucking long.
God.
It was it was too long for what they were going for. But it's like most Roman Reigns matches have to be fucking long. It's just again. I like the guys in the ring. Obviously, I think Breaker looks like a fucking superstar. But they got him and Bronson Reed basically being Seth Rollins' lackeys, and I just don't. Those two guys should be on their own as guys that could be main event stars in the future. But being Seth Rollins' lackeys, and again, I understand
That's how
that
you
having
start, though.
Paul.
Like
I
an
look. I understand.
evolution.
Yeah,
They
I
try.
understand. Yeah, I understand that having Paulie by their side is supposed to give them that rub, and I get that. I get all that. I've always said about Jey Uso, he's over as a babyface, but he's a mid card wrestler at best. He's not on the level of Roman in terms of stature in the company. So I
Oh yeah,
understand why they had Roman out there with him.
that's facts.
I don't know. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with any of these guys. The bloodline shit ran its course 2 years ago. I don't know what's going on with Vinny and stuff, but and where they're going with Roman. It feels like we're kind of towards the end with Roman as far as him being a worker. I don't see Roman being around much longer. I think he's looking at going into Hollywood at some point. I know he's supposed to be in the Street Fighter movie, supposedly. But I think that he's getting ready to wind his career down. So I thought the match was fine. It's too fucking long for what they were doing. Just too long. But Uso's over. Roman's always gonna be over. Breaker's amazing. Just has a stupid fucking name. Why they just can't call him Rex Steiner? I don't know why, but his name is fucking stupid. I can't imagine a guy named Braun Breaker is gonna be the world champion. But he's a freak athlete. He's
Mm-hmm.
he's one of the best. He's one of the best athletes they have in the company. Like this dude was in Ravens. This dude was in the Ravens camp a few years ago before he got into wrestling. He was in the Ravens camp. He's a freak athlete, and he does all the Steiner shit. They
Yep.
did the fucking top rope. They did the
The
fucking top rope
Bulldog.
bulldog shit.
Yeah.
I thought it
I was
was, you know
excited
what I'm
about
saying?
that.
He does the Frankensteiner. He does the Steiner line. He does all the Steiner shit, but his name is Braun Breaker. What the fuck?
Yeah, I
Belly,
don't
belly,
understand
do
that
the
neither.
belly, the bellies, all that.
Yeah, just call him Rex Steiner, man. Why does he gotta be, you know,
I don't understand that neither. I don't get
Braun's
that neither.
Breaker? But yeah, the match was fine. I was surprised Roman went on first, but I'm sure that's probably because he got on the plane and headed back to wherever he lives. And, yeah, so that's the
And
thing. You
y'all
want to be the
like,
first match or the last match? That's how it really is. You want to be the first or the last match? So it was fine, just too long.
how do y'all feel about how you feel about the Usos doing the 3D though?
Hmm, I mean,
Like
Yeah.
I don't like that. I don't like
I was
that. Like put them
confused.
on to the Dudley boys, bro. They could
again,
have had bullshit.
I was
You know
confused.
what I
I
mean?
everything.
didn't know if there was some sort of story behind it. I was confused by them doing that
No,
move.
the Usos started doing that move and called it the 1D, one and done.
The one and done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a tribute. It was, but they acknowledged the fact that the move came from the Dudley Boys. Again, everything comes from somebody.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing's original in wrestling, and these
Yeah.
guys, especially now, as these guys are retiring and we're going to, everything's up for grabs now. Like Kevin Owens started doing a stunner a few years ago, and I think he said he asked Steve if he could do it, and Stone Cold was like, "I'm surprised no one's asked me before to do that move. I mean, it's a free
Mm-hmm.
game. It's a move. I mean, it's a free game. It's a move. I mean, so." there's just certain moves that I think are just free for anybody to do. So that's why they do it. Again, they're a tag team. They're one of the best tag teams of this era. So it's their tribute to the Dudley Boys doing the 3D. Or whatever they, the 1D is what they call it. So, but they acknowledge that. They got it from the Dudley Boys.
Yeah, I just don't look right with Jimmy and I mean Jay and Roman doing it. Because I haven't seen the Usos do it in a minute though. You know what I'm saying? So when I seen them do it last night, I was like, yo, damn, bro, that belonged to Bubba. I wanted him to somebody to say, "Devon, get the tables afterwards, bro." You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna leave it there. Overall, I thought night one was pretty solid. Would y'all agree?
Yes, it was solid. Had some slip ups, but it was a solid night.
It was
Okay.
okay. It wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible. It was okay. The main event saved the show. To be honest with you, the main event was excellent. I am looking forward to night two though, because there's better matches on it. And then the Cody Cena shit. I have no fucking idea where that is going, and that's why I'm intrigued by that match because I have no idea where it's going. I have an idea, but I was like, do you guys have the balls to pull this off? Because you do. And if you watch the promo on SmackDown that Cody Cena did, where they seemingly abandoned the Cena heel turn,
Yeah.
Yeah.
seemingly, I have no idea
So,
where it's going.
Cody
I
a
have
heel is
no
what
idea
I
what it's
want to
doing.
know. Does Cody become a heel? That's what I want to know. That's
That's what
all
I'm
I'm.
saying. Do they have the balls to pull that off? To do a double turn? That's the
Yeah.
beauty
Yo,
of wrestling. You'll see, watch and see.
that would be crazy if they did that. Can you imagine Raw Monday night if they do that?
They might have to go into the match with like on some Rock and Stone, the Rock and Hulk Hogan shit, where they gotta have in their mind like, yo, if the crowd does this, we gotta work the match this way. So they might have to have that in their mind going into it for real, because if the crowd
I just
cheers,
think, yeah, yeah. I just think that Cody's been talking a lot about being a heel because he's been asked about it.
Mhm.
Because everybody knows when he first left the company and went on the Indies, he was a heel, and he was a really good heel.
But
And
that's
New
how you make
Japan,
money.
yeah. And I think that there's always this thing about, well, you got over as a babyface, but can you be a heel? Because again, everybody thinks it's easy to be a heel. It's not. To
Yeah.
get over as a heel, it's hard. So I'm intrigued by that match to see where they go. And that's all you can ask for of wrestling is that do you know how it's going to go? No, I don't. But I'm anxious to find out. I really am anxious to see how they book this match and what they do with it.
All right.
Does Cena swerve him? Do they do the Cody thing? We'll see. But I'm intrigued by that. I'm intrigued by the triple threat women's match. So it should be a fun show.
Yep. We'll see
Yeah,
how it
I'm
goes,
definitely
man.
looking forward to the Io Sky,
Yeah.
Naomi, and
Yeah.
Rhea. I'm definitely looking
Yeah.
forward to
That's
that.
the one I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Yep. All right, fellas, let's leave it there. Appreciate y'all for coming through. We'll see what happens tonight.
All
Appreciate
right.
y'all. Next time.
All right, man.